Everybody, I'm just munching on a couple little slices of cheese. Happy Sunday. I'll munch on my cheese and drink some coffee and wait for you guys to get on. Good morning. I see somebody on here. I had no idea what to do for the live today. I just know that I need to show up, y'all. I have my windshield cover. I don't know if that helps or if I need more sunshine. This is yummy. So on this side, it's Gouda, and this is cheddar. I love cheese. So today is Sunday, the 18th, I think. President's Day weekend. Oh, that's so good. So yesterday, it was kind of a scare, but not really. So Cora had to go, not had to go, but she chose to go to the ER because she was having some kind of pains. Normally it's her whole body, just whatever pain she has, her whole body just intensifies it and it feels a lot worse. But her doctor told her that if she feels, XYZ type of symptoms, go to the ER. So she has insurance, so go get seen. But it turns out it's just like the baby stretching, growing, stretching her belly and all that. And then they recommended for her to get a band to kind of help lift her belly because the baby looks like it's really big. She's a big baby. What's on my agenda today? Well, every Sunday I just relax. I go on here, I talk to you guys for a little bit, and then I just relax. I watch TV. Every once in a while I will do laundry if I have to, but I try to do nothing on Sunday. What's on your agenda, Kevin? Yesterday I rearranged a little bit in the back, and I have a new bed frame, but that's a few videos from now. I've uploaded a few videos, and I've been trying so many different layouts and beds, and I just wanted to share them. So they're coming up, they're scheduled. Let's see, Skylar. Okay, so the name of this park is Shady Lane, I believe. Yeah, Shady Lane. It is, if they have openings, I don't know if they have openings for like a monthly, but they typically have openings for a day, 2 days, a weekend, things like that. It's $700 as far as I know. That's what I'm paying. I don't know if they've upped the price for the new year, but $700 a month, all utilities included, even electric. So that's probably like, well, I'm sure you're familiar if you lived in Victorville and Hesperia. It's about 40-ish minutes from there. Yeah, it's super expensive. Everywhere that I thought was a really nice area was wanting minimum $1,500 to like $2,500. And I can't afford that. I can't afford that at all. So I had to come here to the desert, which is not a bad little area just because it's wintertime. Once it gets to be summertime, I'm gonna be like, oh, God, I need to get out of here. So maybe I will leave this summer. Oof. But I just keep setting and resetting and arranging and rearranging the back of the van here to get it to tweak it to the best possible way, because this summer I plan on doing a couple trips. Well, one in March and one around June. So I'll be doing that, and I'll be living out of my van for a little while. I'm kind of excited and kind of nervous for that, because I'm like, this last time that I had to live in my van for a short period of time, it was just like it came as almost like a surprise. But I had to live in the van for a little while, and it reminded me of all the things that I did not enjoy about van life. But I mean, overall, I would still do it. I would still live in the van, at least for an extended amount of time. The goal for me is not to live in the van permanently. It's to save money, to travel on the cheap, pretty much, to have hotel on wheels. That's my kind of goal for the van. And then for emergencies, like I mentioned, it is my shit hit the fan van. That's what I named her. So it's basically for that, to travel on the cheap, and to just have everything that I need with me. And eventually, when I want to go for a long period of time, I can do it in here without a problem. I just would have to get my Planet Fitness membership again. But here in Barstow, there is no Planet Fitness, so there's no point of keeping it. I don't really go on trips like a lot of these van lifers do. But yeah, just basically life updates is is the video today. And whatever you guys want to talk about. But yeah, I mentioned um, Cora got checked out at the ER. She's about 24, 25-ish weeks, the little baby is. And I'm really hoping that they name her after me. Because now I have my hopes set high, since Cora mentioned that my grandbaby is going to be named after me. And to be honest, I did not like my name when I was a little bitty, but I've grown to appreciate my name. So it is what it is. um, you're living in the same van as me, for saving money, for travel. You like Adelanto. I think they're good parking there. Oh, okay. And Gio says, ciao, sono lui. I'm not sure what that means. Ciao, like hello, but I don't know what the other. Well, hello to you, Gio. Yeah, I keep debating. I'm like, in the long run, after I think about it and I talk about it over and over in my own head, with Cora, with other people, like, the simplest thing to do is just live in my van, because I can put everything that I need in here. The only thing I do not like is that I can't stand up. That's the only thing that I don't like. I don't care if I don't have running water, if I don't have like a flush toilet, if I don't have um, unlimited hot water. Like, that doesn't matter to me. Good morning, Ileana. Good morning. But I debate, because I do want some comfort. Like, this is my bare minimum that is comfortable for me to live in periodically. I don't know if I could do it for years and years and years. Let's see. Skylar, me too, hate that. Good morning, Robin. Good morning. Yeah, that's the only thing. If I were to add anything here in the near future, and I've mentioned this many times, but it pops in my head, and then, you know, we talk with like similar, like-minded people like you guys, right? So I like talking about it. I don't mind. I hope y'all like talking about it too. But the only thing I would probably add is maybe a little travel trailer or a cargo trailer that I can convert myself. The only thing that's kind of like, Robin, the topic is just life updates, just whatever you guys want to talk about. I didn't really have too much going on. I just mentioned at the beginning that we had kind of a scare, but not really. Cora went to the ER just because she was having some pain, but they told her that it was normal. It's just a baby getting bigger, kind of getting heavy, stretching her belly and all that. And they suggested to get a band around the bottom of the belly to kind of support the weight, because I think she's going to be a big baby. And then just, you know, whatever you guys want to talk about, I just wanted to update you guys on that. But yeah, the only thing that I would add to this kind of setup that I have now is just a little travel trailer that I can pull, maybe like 13-foot, if I can find a little vintage something 13-foot trailer that I can pull in the back. And then but I mean, really, I would prefer a cargo trailer, a little 12-foot 6x12-foot cargo trailer that I can pull. That would be ideal, because then I can design it and I could put the layout. I could put regular house type of furniture, my actual twin bed with the frame, all my stuff, instead of having whatever design the travel trailer is. And they don't ever design it and make it to where it's like nice and solid. Let's see, things are always breaking down, right? Let's see, Skylar. Oh, Dora. Hi, Mom. Let's see. How much our vans could pull the max weight for travel trailers? Yeah, so the max weight, I've looked into it, and it's 3,500 pounds. And that's kind of pushing it. With a lot of these travel trailers, they're over 2,000 pounds unless you get something that is like a 13-foot little bitty thing. But yeah, that's the maximum weight. Yeah, then Stealth Park isn't as easy. Yeah, the belly band, that's what they recommended for her to get, a belly band. So her dad said that he was going to get that for her. Hopefully she'll get it Monday or Tuesday. So yeah, I wish I had another device so I could show you the little ultrasound pictures. It's so cute. The little baby has a little bitty head and a big old belly. Like, she's already eating really good. Oh my God. The ultrasound lady, the sonographer lady, told Cora and her boyfriend, like, oh my gosh, she looks like a little turkey, because she had, you know, the way that it showed up on the ultrasound. Her belly was just like, that's the one thing you can see, her little belly was poking out. Yeah, then stealth parking is definitely not as easy as just having the van. But I have seen some people that have a cargo trailer and then have like a van, but they usually have like a full-size van, 12 passenger van, 15, 16 passenger van, whatever it is, those bigger ones. And they pull their travel trailer, and then they kind of alternate whether they want to just live in the van for summertime, and then wintertime they live in the trailer. Maybe they park it somewhere, but maybe they have a rural land that they can just plop the trailer somewhere. But, or maybe they even just stay in what do you call it, in like the desert, where you can pretty well stay there half the year and then figure out the rest of the year, right? Let's see, Dora. Coffee Club DM. Skylar. And the one that I want is 6,500 pounds. I'm gonna have to get a truck. Yeah, if you are, hey Gray Man. So if you are like really considering getting a travel trailer, then I would suggest to upgrade your vehicle for sure, because this van can't really pull too much. You would have to get like the tiniest little trailer, or I don't know how big you want to go, what your comfort is, all that, but it may be worth it. Maybe you can get, instead of upgrading your van to a truck, because obviously that's going to be more expense, and then purchasing a travel trailer. I don't know if you considered a class B. It's all in one. That's what I would consider actually. But if I'm going to keep the van, which I plan to, then I would just add a little bitty cargo trailer or a tiny little travel trailer. But if I were wanting and know that I want a bigger travel trailer, then yeah, you're gonna have to upgrade everything. And for that, I would just consider a class B, because I just want to have like the one vehicle, and then I could just drive it wherever. Hey, good morning, Kathy. Let's see. Yes, Mom. It's super cold. The wind is like pretty chilly today. Granny Prepper, you can get a high top to add to the van. I have seen a lady, I can't remember what, she was probably called Travel Grandma, and she changed her name on there. I think that's her. She did add a high top to her minivan, and then she can actually stand up. But I think you have to be kind of short, which I am, so it would work perfectly for me. And then I just keep what I have, right? How about storage on the top of the van? Well, I considered that, but I'd rather have 2 solar panels on the top versus like the extra storage. If I were to get extra storage on my van, then I would just get one of those like hitch, what are they? Like a cargo hitch thing in the back. And then I would just add like a tough box back there. That's all I would do, versus having it at the very top, because I prefer to have a couple solar panels up there. But yeah, it's always in the back of my mind. Should I upgrade the van? Should I go to a class B? Should I keep the van and then just pull a little trailer? Well, if I have a little trailer, then where am I going to park it? Where am I going to go? Do I want to travel with the little travel trailer? No. I'd rather park it somewhere or stay somewhere like the LTVAs, and then, just drop the little trailer there and then use my van to go back and forth. I would prefer that. But if I had a class B, then it's all in one, and whenever I need to, I just go to the store wherever I need to go, and then go park it. And like, I don't know. I think about all that. Let's see, Granny Prepper. They come in different sizes of high tops. Yeah, I have seen, they don't make them too high for the minivans though. They, it's a few inches, which would make quite a difference. But I think that lady on her YouTube channel, she had them add a few inches. So I can't remember what the height was, but she can actually stand up. And I don't know how tall she is either. But it's in an actual minivan, so you would just have to make it more custom and just have them add a few more inches of height. Let's see, Kathy, I'm still on the fence of a minivan or mid-high top van due to issues with my back. Well, I would consider a high top for sure, because you're going to be hunched over and it's going to be difficult. And if you have back issues, mobility issues, this is going to be torture, even though it's really nice. But as far as like you haven't constantly bend over, crouch, crawl on your knees, like as far as a car, SUV, minivan without the high top, you're going to have to be doing a lot of that. So I would recommend for you to get a high top. Whatever you get something that you can actually stand up in, because that is way more comfortable. Let's see. Tara, hi. And Granny Pepper says that yes, Kathy, she wants a full size with a high top. I would recommend 100% what the best and the most comfortable that you can afford to purchase and to maintain, because then the maintenance comes into play too. So if you get something too old, there's a lot of mechanical maintenance. If you get something that is more simple, and you know a mechanic, and you know they can kind of hook you up with that, and it's a trusted mechanic, then it's not as a big deal. But I mean, you just have to get the most comfortable, most reliable that you can afford, and I would always recommend a high top for sure. And Gray Man says, absolutely. Just going from my driver's seat to the rear is hard on my neck. Yeah, and I have to like climb through all my my stuff. So I typically don't climb through my seats here. In between my seats, I go outside and then I go in, and yeah, it's a pain, because you have to crouch down. Anywhere you want to move around, you like constantly like hunched over. So definitely something where you can stand up would be like the minimum. As far as how long it is, for me, I just prefer a short wheelbase. I don't really care to have super long. Then I might as well get like a trailer or something, but I'm a chicken to drive anything too huge. There's a place in LA area that is the best to add high top. Yeah, I've heard it somewhere here in like Southern Cali. I wasn't sure if it was the LA area. That's good. Yeah, so for the high top, I think it'll be at least, I don't know, $2, $3, $4,000 for them to put a high top however you want it and then install it. But then they say that they don't guarantee that there won't be any leaks. So after that, it's up to you to make sure you seal things right and finish the inside and everything. But yeah, that would be a great option. I just debate back and forth. Like, there's so many great options. There really is. It just depends on what you actually want, what you can afford, where you're gonna park it, where you're gonna stay. Are you comfortable driving like a trailer? Are you not that comfortable? Are you experienced in pulling anything? Are you like, it's just gonna depend on what you want to do and what your comfort zone is. Yeah, like 3,000, 4,000 plus. Yeah. Yeah, they're pricey. So that's why I'm like, to put it on a minivan, like it would be nice, and I would be able to stand up, and then, I can even like set it up to where I can get a shower and I can stand up and like a shower, right? Makeshift shower. But I'd rather have, if I'm gonna do something like a build out, it needs to be a full-size van, a Sprinter type of van. But if I'm going to be putting like all that money into it, then sometimes, depends on you, but sometimes it's worth it just to get a what do you call it, a class B. Even an older, like a road trek, those are very nice. I seen one parked over here a couple days ago, and it looks really, really nice. So Kathy says I'm short, so a mid top may be okay for me. Yeah, just make sure like you walk in there and you stand up and you got some space, even if your hair is touching, girl. Let's see, Class B is very driver friendly. Well, that's good to know. I don't know how, is it like a 19 or a 21 foot long? How long is your Class B? Granny Prepper, I gave a small SUV, or you have a small SUV, you want to get a second regular size van. Yeah, because if you get a full size van, like a passenger van, cargo van, bigger than the minivan, you can even pull your little SUV if you're cool with pulling something. Like that would be awesome. And Kathy says, "Dang, 3 to 4 thousand is steep for me. Class Bs are nice." Yeah, that's why I would recommend something that's already with a high top. Like have the previous or the whoever initially installed it, have them take the hit for the full on price, because adding it is really expensive. It's almost like having a home built or having a new septic system, like all the utilities put in. I rather not. I rather purchase something that's already been done, and they paid the full price up front and I get a discount for it. Okay, Skylar, first time buying a travel trailer. They're just so nice. Yeah. Okay, okay. Well, hmm. I don't know. I don't know how much the used Class Bs are going for, but the new ones, they're like 80 to $100,000 plus for a Class B. You can get the older ones for hopefully half that or less. I don't know. You would just have to, depends on how much you want to repair, update. Yeah, they don't really sell too many of the tiny little travel trailers. They like to sell you the big beautiful rigs, and like they're nice, but you would have to just park them somewhere. So, I mean that would have to be something that you think about. Like, do you want to pull it, or do you just want to park it somewhere? And yeah, this place is very affordable. It really is. They're really nice here too. Okay, 21 foot. Okay, all right. And Granny says, one for daily driver, one full for, yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's why I'm like, then I have to maintain like two vehicles, two engines, pay insurance on two vehicles. That's why, like, I would love to keep my van, but I do like something bigger if I'm gonna go full time. If I'm just doing like I'm doing now, just on trips and just glamping, then this is perfect. I don't need any more than this. Oh my gosh, Skylar. Yeah, that's about the minimum that you're gonna see for anything really nice. It's gonna be close to like 40 grand. Even like now, it's hard to find anything that is less than $20,000, and that's for like the smallest, cheapest version of whatever you're looking at. Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking a cargo van and make it the way I want. That's the way to go. Just like a cargo trailer, a cargo van, you just do whatever layout works for you. If you want to have a huge bathroom, put that in there. If you want to have a huge closet, put that in there. If you want to have a queen size bed, put it in there. Whatever you prioritize, like make it yours for sure. That's one thing I don't like about like the pre-made, pre-laid out, because I would change everything. Most of them, they give you like the tiniest bit of kitchen counter And I like to have a lot of counter. I like to have a lot of appliances. I like to have a lot of counter. And most of them don't give you that. They'll give you like a bigger bed. I don't need a bigger bed. I want a bunch of kitchen counter. That's what I want. And then a lot of times you'll have like the dinette, and then you'll have the actual bed, and then you can take out the dinette and put a bench or put more counter, but then you're already paying, like you mentioned, almost 40,000, and then you got to put more into it and remodel it the way that you want it. That's a lot. Let's see. Tara, the pricing on travel trailer new is so high. It is. It really is. Like even a couple years ago, we were looking at a travel trailer before I purchased the motorhome, and like the smallest, around 16 foot, was in the mid 20s, and they weren't even all that. They were just basic, cheap, whatever models. Yeah, the Sprinter, and then just build it, can be done for 20. Now, does that include, now that I'm sure that does not include the price of the Sprinter. If so, that'd be awesome. 20,000 for the Sprinter and the build out. Buy a regular twin bed and a folding table. There's my build out. And I'm not joking. That's about what I do in here, guys. Oh my God, my internet is messing up. If I win the lottery, I'll buy a Sprinter. Oh yeah, check with the insurance, right? Yeah. Huh. Yeah, a lot of the insurance companies, they do not want to cover DIY conversions. A lot of them will cover your like actual RVs and travel trailers, but they're not meant to live in. They're just for holidays, for vacations. A lot of them don't want to cover full-time living. Let's see, Skylar. I'd rather pay your 40 than $500,000 for a new house. That's true. That's true. Then I was like, well, then yeah, I mean, you still have to pay where you park it. You still have to maintain it. You still have to blah, 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 blah. But you would have to do that in a house too, right? You would have to pay like the property taxes, the utilities. It's just for me, it's just a lot easier. I think it's different if you have a family and you have kids, a spouse, then I would have to get like the biggest that I could afford, as far as probably a big old bus, a big old Class C, and have my husband drive it because I'm a chicken. But I would need that space. I don't want to feel like I'm on top of each other. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, if you don't mind going used, you could cut that in half or in a fourth even, and find a nice used travel trailer. Then you can have the extra money to update it and do whatever you want to it. Oh, you can convert a small food cart to living space by removing what you don't need. Food carts must have. Okay. Yeah, that's true. I've seen a long time ago, I've seen somebody make a tiny house out of a dumpster. So if they can do that, we can convert just about anything into a tiny house for sure. And Granny Purper says, yes, same here. Right? If we win the lottery, yes, for sure. We would be all buying Sprinter vans and big old things. Oh, you never thought about that one? Yeah, there's just, your imagination is the limit. Like, that's it. I've even seen people on YouTube where they have bicycles and they attach a little bitty trailer that is light enough that they can pull with their bicycle, and then they just do a little build out, the lightest possible material, and it's like a miniature teardrop, and it's basically just for them to sleep in and be out of the elements. Yeah, if you can find, I think even like Home Depot sells them, but you know, then it'll be new and new prices. Just a basic, like a utility trailer, and then have somebody build you some walls. You can even pull that, and it would be super lightweight. You can, instead of getting building it out of like the heavy wood, it's more of like the roof tin type of material, like some kind of tin siding. You just kind of build it out of that, and it saves you a ton in weight. And Tara says that you've seen those bike trailers and they're very cool. maybe when maybe if you were 20 years younger, yeah, for real. Yeah. But then I'm like, okay, if I didn't have a vehicle, then that would be my go-to. That would definitely be my go-to. I would even put my little solar up top. You can do so much. You can do so much DIYing a bunch of stuff. Hi Crystal, how are you? Let's see, Granny. My son tried telling me I can't afford to convert a cargo. I was going to add a black and gray tank. Nope. Build a frame, add cabinets. Okay, composting toilet. I'm good. Oh man. Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna convert it and make it like an actual RV, then it's gonna be very expensive. But if you, I do, just put a regular bed frame, plop a regular bed on top, get some dressers, put it to the side, maybe like get some little L brackets and like, secure it in there so it doesn't tip over. And just get bins, baskets, folding table. Look, that's my build out. And that's super simple and it's not very heavy at all. And JJ, hello, I'm new here. Well, hello, welcome. Do you live in the van 24/7 or only on the weekend? I live in an actually, let me start that over. I actually live in a motorhome. So I just do road trips right now. I have lived in my van full time before, but currently I live in a motorhome and it's like right over there. Let me show y'all. That right there is my motorhome. And I come in the van and I make videos just because it's more quiet. And I like being in the van. And I like redoing my setup in the back. But currently, no, I live in a motorhome and I just travel every once in a while with my van, and it's just like my hotel on wheels. And then Tara says, you tell him, Granny Prepper. Oh my gosh. And then Granny Prepper says, yep, that's my plan, what you just said. Yeah, it doesn't cost very much. If anything, a few $100s, and that's buying everything brand new. That's not even like, you know, using the stuff you already have, going to thrift stores, getting free stuff like that. I mean, you can furnish everything in your van for free, really. And Noodle Pear says there's companies that customize a food cart. You can say you don't need the fryer or anything in the space, only space and plugs. That's basically all you need, right? The wiring, the insulation. Yeah. But to me, it's so tempting, like, to get a cargo van. I think the either 6 or 7 foot wide by about 12 foot long. I would rather have the 16 foot long, but I think that might be too heavy once, I put whatever I want inside there, and then my van can tow a maximum amount of like 3,500 pounds. So I think a 6 by 12 might be perfect for me if I decide to do that. Because, I mean, it could be storage at the same time. The insurance on the trailer wouldn't be very much. I think my biggest expense would be the actual purchase of the trailer, and then about, I can't remember, I think it was like $500 for them to install your hitch and the wiring. So like that would be the most expensive. Insurance monthly on it wouldn't really be anything. A lot of the insurance for your vehicle already cover your little trailer. So I can store a lot of my stuff and then customize it however I want. Like that. That's almost the best of both worlds for me. Because really, I already have everything that I can possibly need. I kept just about everything I could from the house that I sold last year. So I still have all my appliances. I have my dishes. I have curtains. I have my twin bed. I have the frames. I have blankets. I have my silverware. I'm like, I have everything that I need. So I would just start off with just the basic, most simple folding tables that I can, a couple folding tables and my bed. Like, that's it. Then eventually, sure, I want to see how to lay everything out, where to position things, what do I want, and then I would build out like a big counter, a kitchen, but it's not even like that crazy. It's basically 2x4s or 2x3s as far as the leg support, and then just a long tabletop like that. That's it. Let's see. Granny Pepper says, I think the longer vans don't fit in a regular parking spot. No, they would stick out, or you would have to park strategically where you would have to back in the parking spot, and then the back end, the butt end of your van would like be over the curb and the grassy area that you can park. I don't even know how long a parking spot is. You would have to park like all the way in the back, and if possible get one that you have the 2 parking spots, and then you just kind of drive and park the front and back parking spot and just take two spots, kind of like a U-Haul or something would. Or a car with a trailer, you just have to take the 2 spots. So maybe just like a regular passenger van, a 12 or 15, I don't even know what they are. Passenger van, like the smallest one you can find. Now, I don't know if you would like the windows, or you just want it just completely enclosed for more stealth. I don't know which one you would like. I like having windows. I prefer the windows. That way I can close them up if I want, and then I can open them up and get that sunshine, because that makes a big difference. Super cold wintertime, you take the window covers off and you get all that sunshine, almost like a sunroom, what they call the greenhouse effect. And then when it's hot, you just block those windows, and then it's nice and cool in there, cooler. Okay, you Googled it. A regular parking spot is 9 by 18. Oh, wow. I'll have to Google and see how long my Sienna is. Because sometimes when I park, like I go to Walmart and I park, and then I have the backup camera, and so I'll put it on reverse and the camera will show up, and I'll have like a little bit left of the parking of the line. So it's got to be close to that, the 18-foot. Maybe 12 or 16. I don't even know how long this Sienna is. Tara. Oh, Granny Prepper. My boys seem to think they know what's best for me. How I've made it this far. Yeah, we think we know better. Sometimes they do, and a lot of times they don't. It's what they would do. Oh man, I don't know. Yeah, how you've made it this far is beyond me, Tara. Oh, that's funny. Says you have a good idea on what you want. You're so good at organizing the van. A cargo van would be great. It really would. It really would. It would be awesome. I just think like those old ice cream trucks that already have the high top, they have the windows, they have all that stuff on the sides. Like that would be kind of cool too. Get me an old ice cream truck. Oh, Kathy, gotta love these kids thinking they know what we can and can't do and what's best for us. Oh my gosh. I'm not that bad with my mom, I don't think. I actually tried to encourage her, make your own decisions, see what's best for you. Because I know I don't like people telling me, micromanaging me, so I don't like to do that to people. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm the same age as your boys. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes we're smart asses and we think we think we're like more knowledgeable, that's for sure. But oh man, we just see it from our perspective, and we think we know. We think we know. It's like being teenagers again, huh? Oh my gosh. Yeah, if you stay around here, I'm sure I'll end up in Shady Acres. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't mind this place. It's just they don't have that many monthly spots here, but I'm sure I'll have to figure out how much it is per day. Maybe weekly. I don't know if they have that. I'm sure they do. But when I'm driving back towards the West Coast, then I'll look to rent a spot here for a little while and then kind of travel around and make this my home base. And then when I go towards Texas, then I'll be close to wherever Cora's at and find some kind of RV park over there. See, yes, Dio, you're right. Between they are 43 and 41. Yeah, I'm like right in the middle. How funny, Kay Kennedy. You and me both. Oh my God. Yeah, your monthly there is 480. Yeah. See, I'm thinking like, okay, if I can stay about 6 months in that LTVA, then that would be kind of cool. Even for like the $180, even if I stay 3 to 6 months, that's still like really cheap. And then I can afford to pay another 6 months of an RV spot. But I do think about those Class Bs. I really do. If I decide in the future to go full time, I'm gonna look into something bigger for sure. Because I rather pay extra gas than an actual RV park sometimes. And then other times I'm like, man, I want that comfort. I want the endless electricity. I want to just chill. I want to stand up. I want to um, just watch TV on Sundays all day long and do nothing. I just can never be satisfied. I want everything and I don't want to do anything. Sometimes when you have too many options, that's the problem. It's a curse and a blessing, right? Yeah, because here it is 700, just even with all inclusive, all the utilities. So it's not too much more than what you're paying. An extra $100 a month ish more than what you end up paying out there. So I remember you said you pay for electric on top of that. So yeah, for Cali prices, this place is not that bad at all. And Skylar, I looked at a RV park up here and they wanted 1670 to 3000 a month. Oh, I know it. I know it. That's why I came here in the middle of nowhere, desert, Barstow, which is a nice little intersection between the like the I-15 and I-40. Like it's a nice little spot, but it's just desert. It doesn't really have much of anything. It's grown a little bit. It has the Walmart. It has, your basic amenities. It has, quite a bit of stuff, but like as far as like a big city, and you would have to drive down to like the Victorville area or go up north towards Vegas if you want like huge cities and shopping and everything. But that's about what they're charging in LA and San Diego. All the nice places that I called, they average like 2 grand, 2,500 a month plus electric. I'm like, get out of here. Let's see. Oh, here we go. I'll bust you out, Tara. The Adventures of Kathy and Tara escape the Shady Acres retirement home. Oh my gosh. My electric runs about 100. Yeah. Yeah, I figured it's pretty close to that. So, yeah, you're paying like right under 600. I figured so. It's about $100 difference here. And 3,000 a month for an RV park. Yeah, and I think that probably does not even include her electric at all. Most of them is crazy. Most of them don't include that. I don't know why. Hey Tim, how are you? Can't tag driving and listening. Oh, that's okay. Where my kids lived in San Diego area, the parking is now $1,500. That's about the cheapest I actually found in San Diego, $1,500. The rest of them were even more than that. I'm like, there's no way. Like, I just make a bit over that every month as far as my pay. Like, I can't afford to pay that. Tari, you'll pick the locks. Tez, I drive a manual on petrol too. Okay. I think they get better gas mileage or fuel mileage. Oh, Cassie. Y'all already planning stuff. Oh my gosh. You door dashing? I thought about starting that back up. Get a few extra dollars on the weekends over here. But I don't know. I probably will. Work payday weekends just for a little bit extra. Yeah, yeah. I think that's how most of them are, Robin. Like the dailies definitely include the electric, but they charge you to include the electric. Oh man, they probably average like 40 to 60 bucks a day. So that pays for the electric and the sewer and everything. And then Kathy says, Buenos días, señora Dora. Bendiciones en este bonito domingo. Yeah. Granny Prepper asks, Hey Kennedy, where? I'm the narrator here. Yeah, in San Diego. Beautiful but pricey San Diego, right? Yeah, like my ideal situation in my head would probably be um, to live in Southern Cali for 6 months to 8 months out the year in my van, probably, and then go with Cora the other 4 to 6 months. Like that's gonna be ideal, especially now that um, that she's gonna have a little daughter, right? Like I want to be close to her. I want to be there. So that would be my compromise. I would probably just move down there, but the only thing that's really holding me back is that I have horrible seasonal allergies, and I don't want to be just cooped up in the van being miserable. Plus, it's hot and humid during the summer, so I sure as heck don't want to stay there. Doesn't seem like too far back. January 2020. Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's silly. So my mom thinks that you must be a mechanic because you have the tool, but she doesn't realize that you guys are moderators and it has a little wrench. She thinks y'all must be mechanics because you put tools all the time on there. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to explain that to her later. When you guys are moderators, it pops up with the little wrench. Oh, when you search for homes, you see parking spots for sale for about $30. I wonder what they allow to park. Most covered parking, building in downtown. Oh, it would just be like your regular car. Okay. It might be like a parking garage. So you pay a monthly of $30 and you can just park your regular car there. I think that's what a lot of them are. Huh. Yeah, Granny Prepper is in Kingman, Arizona. I don't know if those parking spots are like 24 hours a day or if they have it to where they close and only open from a certain time to a certain time. I'm not sure how that works. I've never done that before. But I have heard of that in like the really big cities where lack of parking, they have the parking garages and you just pay whatever monthly. Kathy says, I'd love to do the same. Live here and travel for a month and come back home for a month or so and then go out again. Yeah, you really should. You should think about that, plan it out, and then just start prepping for it little by little. Because that's what I want to do. Travel for a bit until I get tired of it and then want to go home, relax until I feel like going back and travel again. But I think that's where I am really considering like a class B, because then I can have my regular size home on wheels. Well, hello, Krishna. Hello. So, like, I don't know. I still would probably just go with like an actual sprinter van, cargo van, only because I can arrange and rearrange however I want inside versus like an actual class B. But something like that size, then I would just travel wherever. That's so cute, Dia. Ah, déjala. Kathy the mechanic, right? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm gonna hear all about it later. I'm gonna have to explain that to my mom. But yeah, something like Cindy's van, her Ram van, and she can actually stand up. I've been in there, I could stand up. I think we're probably about the same height, but she has quite a bit of headroom still. And then she just put regular furniture in there. Yeah, Kingman is so pretty. It has everything you need right there. Oh, okay. Yes. I'll send her your number. Let me screenshot it so I can remember. All right. Yeah, Cindy's van is super nice. She goes all colorful and decorating and all that. I like to see colorful and like personalized vans, interiors, all that, but I just can't seem to do it to mine. I like mine to be more, just more serene, more blah, more minimal. Like, I don't know. I like it better that way. And then just add like a little splash of color, like a pillow or a colorful blanket or something like that. But most of my stuff, I like it to be just like neutral block colors. It just, I think because I like to switch my stuff up too much. So if I pick a nice color, then I'll see other designs and I'm like, oh, I want that. So I'm gonna have to switch every single thing out. And yeah, I was horrible when I had my house like that. I was really bad. So I just stick to just neutrals. I just stick to neutrals and with a little pop of color. Like that works way better for me. Gray Man says 21 footsies. Yeah, that's the size of the length of his van. 21 footsies. If I did a build out, I was thinking of going to the thrift store and buying furniture, cut it down to size and building it. Yeah, if you go to the thrift store, you don't feel too bad about like cutting and tearing stuff down. Versus you paying full price for something and you're like, oh, I just paid, I don't know, $100, $200 for this furniture and now I'm gonna have to destroy it. And hopefully it turns out well. I'm like, oh. But if you buy it for like 20 bucks, whatever. Let me just try this out. Little Pear says 30,000. Crystal, thanks, Gray Man. La Gringa is 20 foot long. Oh, just about the same length. I seen a little heart pop up. Cool. I didn't think I could see that on here. Cool beans. And Granny Prepper says, yes, I live Kingman. I'm looking into buying a home in Bullhead City where my oldest son lives. And van life, La Gringa's a big girl. That, oh, it depends how you take that, Gray Man. La Gringa's a big girl. Tara, I love your Vandia. Very neat and tidy, no clutter. Well, thank you. And hello, Campo de Jose Enos. Hello. Yeah, I like to keep it as clutter-free as possible because I just visually I can't take it. My brain can't take it. I like more of a clean, sleek, just more blah, minimalist, serene look. Otherwise, it drives me nuts. Like to have too much pattern, too much clutter, too much like visually and mentally, it drives me nuts. I can't do it. That's why I typically go with more of what you guys have seen, my tours, just straight to the point. The less is more effect, even though I still think I have too much. And then at the same time, it doesn't look like I have a lot of clutter. I think mostly is because I don't live in here full time. I would have probably a bunch more things, but that's why like I make sure to have my bed lifted up, not on the floor, because I need that storage. That's important to hide all my clutter under the bed. Okay, Kennedy. There's a lot of good stuff in thrift stores. Good for build outs. Yeah, yeah. Hello, Dia. Well, hello. Yep, Gray Man. La Gringa is a big girl. Perfect for a big girl. Oh my God. Crystal, you're silly. It's a visually busy. I get tired of it. Yeah, yeah. I can't do it. I can't do it. Like too colorful, too busy, too many things. It causes me anxiety. Probably that's probably what it is. Like I can't do it. I like to have everything like clean, out the way, out of sight. Like I can't. It drives me nuts. So I've had a few comments, people commenting where um, they think my mom's comments, because she'll comment a bunch of them, very similar comments with a bunch of emojis on my videos, and they think that somebody is spamming, like commenting the same thing, which, like, if you look closely, it's not the same. Like, she'll have similar style of how she writes with a ton of emojis. She really likes that. But some people think that, oh my god, it's a spammer. And I just have to laugh. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's not a spammer, that's my mama. she's she's commenting, but she likes to do like multiple comments on each video. I'm sure you guys that have been with me realize. Let's see. And Robin, I'm pulling stuff from my place and boxing it up for my future van. Ooh, how exciting. Crystal, I get a little anxiety when I don't have everything put up in my van. Yeah, like especially in a small space, it just looks so cluttered, like super tiny space. Like, and Tara says, I'm trying to decide on what kind of bed right now. Very indecisive. Talk about undecisive. I've gone through so many bed setups. Oh Lord. I had just I've had two different sizes of trifolds, and mostly because Cora was in her vehicle and I was in mine. And we had a twin size trifold, and then we had the narrow 24-25 inch wide trifold. So we would like alternate. Sometimes she wanted the bigger bed, sometimes she wanted the more narrow bed, and we would just like switch every once in a while and just do something fun like that and just rearrange our van just for something to do. And we like rearranging. But and then I've had two different kind of cots, one that's really low to the ground and I barely had any clearance to, you couldn't really put anything under. I upgraded to the 14-15 inch high cot, which that one was really nice. But now I went to a metal bed frame and I just put my trifold on top of that. So that's the latest thing that that I recently purchased. And like, oh my god, I have switched it out so many times. I even want to get another bed frame. I have too many beds, too many options. It's ridiculous. But I want to get a bed frame for my twin bed that is 14 inches high, and then just set my regular twin bed in here. But in a van, it's just too wide. You don't have space for anything else. That's the downfall. I don't have space for anything else but a bed. And then I want my floor space. So I battle, like that undecisiveness, I battle with it. But I figured if I'm going to do more of a minimalist type of lifestyle, then if I have my bed frame that's 14 inches high plus 6 or 8 inches, it's still going to be too dang high. I can't sit up. So maybe that won't work. But I was thinking in my head where, okay, if I just have my twin bed, I can set it in the van and then put it back in my home base and just use that and get rid of everything else that I have and just simplify it to just that tiny amount of things. Like, that's it. But when you're actually in here and you're in a twin size inside a minivan, it's really crowded. It really is. Your mom is very sweet. Oh, thank you. She's proud of you, Dia. Yeah, I think so. Thanks. After 4 years, I know what bed works for me. Yeah, your custom bed to your height. I like the Coleman cot, the size of that, the height. Just about everything was perfect. It just kept absorbing the material, kept absorbing all the moisture, and I don't want to have to deal with potential mold in the future. So I haven't been using the Coleman cot for a little while. But as far as like the actual size, I think the Coleman cot was perfect. The short 69-inch long by about 25-inch wide, that was perfect in the van. for me, for my height, my size, everything. That was like the perfect size. It's just the material is what I'm just like, I don't want to deal with it. Let's see. Tonisha, what is VVBB? I don't know. Tara, yes, in my minivan. Yeah, you'll have to see, Tara, if you want. What are your priorities? Do you want a big bed? Do you want a comfortable bed? As far as like a regular bed, do you want a cot? Do you want it firm? Do you want it soft? How big is comfortable for you? What's the smallest that's comfortable for you? Do you want to store things under? How high do you want it? How tall you are? Like all these things just come into play. Like you just, I've just been playing with different heights, different sizes, different material, and it's pricey. It's pricey. But I have a few more no build tours coming up, so you guys can see the different layouts, the different bed setups, the different kind of things that I use. That way you guys can see through me and see the layout, and hopefully that'll help you and not spend a ridiculous amount of money trying all these different out like I have been. See, gray man, that's the advantage to a no build. You can rearrange it. Yeah, definitely. That's what I love about it. I'll like fold my bed frames and move my storage and put my bed back, put my bed forward, keep it on the right side, put it on the left side, and just like that's what I really like about it. And Granny Prepper says, you have met me. This big grandma won't fit on a cot. They have some cots that are about 30 inches wide and like 75 or 80 inches long, and you would fit just fine. The one that I have is more narrow. It is the like 24, 25-inch wide and then 69 inches. But they have one that's a little bit bigger. But yeah, I would recommend, if you build anything out, it would be the bed frame. And make sure there's plenty of ventilation. You can do the slats, or you can the slats seem like they're the easiest versus having to drill a bunch of ventilation holes and all that on your wood. That would probably be the easiest. But if I were to build anything, it would definitely be a custom bed. And that way you can level it out, because the vans, they just go, they veer down. So if you want your head to be on closer to the driver's seat, it's going to go down. So you have to lift it to just like even it out, and they're just not level. The floors are not level. So that's one of the things that if I were to build anything, it would be the bed. And Kathy says, I definitely need floor space with my fur babies. Okay, yeah. See, if you get a regular size van versus a minivan, I think you're able to sleep width-wise. I'm not sure how wide that is. You might get away with a regular bed, with a twin bed or a full bed as far as the length. If not, just buy the foam and then just cut it. Just cut it a bit shorter. Let's see. And Skylar says, damn, I have a fridge, jackery, 2 beds, dog bed, a whole lot, I think, in my Sienna. Oh man, I would love to see that. Yeah, and it's, oh my gosh, I accumulate so much so fast, it's ridiculous. But unless you purchase it and you try it out and you like put it inside your vehicle and you test it out for a few days or whatever, like you're just not going to be able to to actually get the feel and see if you can work with it, if it's good for you, if it's high enough for you, if it's low enough for you, if it's wide enough for you, if it fits your, I mean, the only way to do it is to actually do it and test it out. Let's see, I keep looking at the Coleman Comfort Cot. Yeah, they're nice. The only thing is, for me, I've maybe because it's really cold outside and I keep my van somewhat toasty, so the condensation, the material just absorbs. So wherever I lay, it's like a huge pea spot looking thing, and then you just have to air it out, and then it's fine because it dries out. But I don't want to have to do that every single day. But yeah, I have the Coleman cot. I have 2 cots that I'm gonna end up giving away, you guys. I'm gonna end up giving them away because I don't think I'm gonna use them. They're good for like an actual camping trip, a weekend trip. You go somewhere and you sleep on it, and then you go back home and you fold everything up and you put it up, and it just dries out, airs out, and you're not constantly keeping that barrier. But yeah, I'm gonna end up giving those away, my 2 cots. You're probably too far away from me, Tara, so you can have my cot. I really enjoy your building layout videos and definitely have to do a no build. Yeah, really, for real. Um, that's the way to go for me. Unless you know exactly where you want to put everything, then a build out is cool. But if you're still trying to figure things out and see where to put what and what works best for you, and try things out for a little while and see if they work in a specific place, and then you want to move it somewhere else, see if it works. I just like to switch things around way too much. Let's see, a twin size is 39 by 74. That would be the smallest. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like, but it's really crowded in a minivan. In a full-size van, that might actually work really nicely. But in a minivan, I mean, I only have like basically my body width of space left, of floor space left, and that's a little too crowded to do anything really besides just like sleep in the van. Let's see, I don't see people taking their mattress out of their vehicles and airing them out or letting the sun dry them out. Yeah, most of them don't. They'll just lift it and prop it up somehow and crack open their windows and let that air out. A lot of people don't talk about that, and then I do see from time to time people talk about, oh my god, moisture issues, mold issues, and that's why it's too much. The bed frame makes a huge difference, I think. Let's see, I'm actually about to take everything out of my van for a few minutes and go at it again. Woo! It's fun, but it's exhausting, right, Crystal? It's mentally exhausting. Where do I want this? And I'll switch things around and over and over and over, and then they end up in the very first spot that I put them because it's just the best layout. It just is what it is. Hi, Sue. Hi. And Jimmy says, hello. Hi, Jimmy. Oh, Kathy, thank you. Yeah, please hit that thumbs up. Granny Pepper. First, I gotta get the van, then figure out the layout. Yeah, and one thing that I saw somebody recommend when they were doing their build out or their van is have the things like appliances, bed, whatever that you want before you have your vehicle, and that way you can see what size vehicle you want versus trying to make your things fit in the vehicle. So if you have that option where you know that you have to have a certain size bed, certain appliances, certain, whatever your thing is, whatever you choose that it's like a must have that I need to have, make sure you think about those before you even think of what van, and then figure out what size van, which van, and all that too. Because a lot of people go with the van and then they try to fit what they can in there, and sometimes it's just too much. It's not big enough or whatever. I mean, if you have the option and you can be more choosy, then what are your must-haves, and then look for a van that you can put all that in there comfortably. I know, that's the only issue. People are really super far away. Yeah. Noodle pair. The white table looks strong to be a bed at loft. You know, I've even seen where they have, of course, it's not fully grown children, adults, kids. They're kids. They're still maybe 4 foot-ish or whatever. But I have seen people do almost like a bunk bed type. So the parents, the mom and the dad, they sleep in the very bottom on the floor, and then they have some kind of table or some kind of like makeshift bunk bed at the very top. So the kids are tiny. They don't have that much space from where their bed is to the ceiling, but it's mostly just for a trip, a weekend or whatever, and they sleep right there. And then they're outside playing at some camp. Okay, sorry, somebody was calling me. But yeah, I've even seen that. Like, those tables are very strong. They hold a lot, especially if it's little kids, you know, a few pounds each kid. Just plop them at the very top, and you don't have to get much more creative than a table or two right next to each other. The kids just sleep right there, and there you go. And they're foldable tables. You put them up. Let's see. Dia built a bed frame in sections so it can be removed. Yeah, I've seen that too. People do it in sections. They build out the frame, and then to open it, instead of having like the full weight of whatever the top is that you open, like they just cut it in half, and you can open like 3 foot by 3 foot versus the whole 6+ feet of wood. See, I've seen where small kids were sleeping in hammocks in their vans. Oh, cool. Very cool. Yeah, there's so many, like I say, you know, your brain, your imagination, your creativity, like that's the sky's the limit. You just make it work. That's why I'm pulling things together now. I may not use it all. So I will take it out later. Yeah, for sure. Like, I do like your idea where you have your 2 induction cooktops, you know, one for your RV, one for your van. Like, I like that. Right now, it's like, it's just simplified. I have the little hot pot, and that works. That has worked awesome. But if I didn't have that, I would definitely, I have the 2 induction cooktops that my brother gave me. So I would have put one like you did in the RV, and then the other one for the van, and just work with that. Yeah, so another, like, I want to share all these videos already, but then I won't have nothing to post. But I do want to show you guys where I have a three shelf unit or whatever. It's about 2 foot wide, and I think it's like 14 inches in width. I can't remember how tall it is, but I was able to put my Blue Eddy at the bottom, and then my 23 cord Bouge RV at the top. So it's contained in like one little section, and it doesn't take like a bunch of my floor space. I'll probably show you guys real quick, just as a spoiler alert. Let me see. I really like this idea, guys. All right, look at that. You see that? supposed to be 3 shelves, but having the Bluetti, it's pretty tall. And then to have my fridge, like I need the headroom. I have my PJs here. Don't look at him. All right. So I'm still able to open this, and I have like a whole hand width, and you know, nothing's in there, just my cords. I'm not using it at the moment, but I just wanted to share that. So it's supposed to be, I think this was like 30 something, $40 for this shelf in Amazon. And it holds quite a bit of weight because this right here is about 60 pounds. This one's not as heavy, but once you put food and everything, it might be close to it. But each shelf holds 150, 200 pounds each shelf. So that's not a problem. But yeah, I've had it up front. I've had it in the back. I've switched it. I've had the fridge and the Bluetti like side by side. But I think this gives me the most mo bang for your bucks as far as space. Like it's taller versus side to side. So if you have something like that, and you can adjust the height of the shelves because these are all adjustable. And I just thought it was kind of heavy, so I put cardboard. I cut out the size and I doubled up the cardboard and then kind of set that on top because it has like these little wires. It just made me nervous, so I put cardboard under. But that way and the vents are on this side, so that's not a problem at all. Like there's plenty of room to breathe. I figured I'd show you guys real quick since that video isn't going to come up for a while. But yeah, if you guys get some kind of shelving like that, and you have a fridge or you have a cooler, you have your battery pack, like doing it up high, storage height-wise, storage up definitely makes a difference. It clears up a lot of your floor space. Let's see. Tara says, I have a shelf just like that, and I plan on using. Cool. And Sue says, that's a great idea. Oh, I saw another heart. Thank you. I've seen people put a 4-drawer metal filing cabinet for storage. It can be bolted to the van. Yeah. I think those are even lockable. So I have a couple of those shelving units and switch it up time to time. Yeah, I like that too. I haven't thought of buying another one, but I'm like, I don't need to buy anymore. If I buy something, it's going to be one of those kind of sort of composting toilets because it's getting on my nerves. TMI, guys, but you're going to have to deal with it if you're in the van. Is the pee and the poo system. I have never had to go number 2 in here. Like I always find a bathroom. But as far as like number 1 to pee in here, I'm getting kind of tired of having to squat. I need an actual toilet. Like I just want to sit and relax and pee. Okay, TMI. But I have the jars, I have the long cups, I have the little trash can, little trash bins. I've used the folding toilet that Tim has gave me. You just put a trash bag. That one I'm kind of paranoid because I think like my trash bag is gonna leak and it's gonna go everywhere. But so I just like buckets, whatever. I've tried them all, but I want an actual seat. I want to be able to sit and then just like read my newspaper, read my Google, right? Yeah, like a porta potty. But I've been eyeballing Trelino or Terlino. I can't remember. Guys, I switched the letters, but it's either Trelino or Terlino composting. And the cheapest one I saw was either $250 or $350, which is still kind of pricey, but they have like the nice separator, diverter, urine diverter in the front, and then, you know, the opening for your poo, which, unless I have like some kind of food poisoning, I don't plan on going poo right there. And I've also seen where they have just like the urine diverter, almost round ovalish, that you can just put on top of a 5-gallon bucket. Like that one's tempting. That one is like 60 something dollars. So I may try that versus spending $300, $400, $500. But yeah, definitely a composting toilet. I have to, because I am just sick and tired of squatting. My knees, I'm just like, I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I don't want to. And guys, I've been pretty much sleeping and not really living in here, but I've been sleeping here and I lounge in here. And in the middle of the night, you know, when you wake up and you have to use the restroom, I want a regular-ish toilet to sit on and be more comfortable. Women, you guys, you ladies know what I'm talking about. For a man, it's different. You just have a pee jug or whatever. But for a lady, I want to sit and be comfortable. Let's see. Thank you, Ileana. Do you have a wish list for things you want? I've seen several YouTubers do that. I actually do have a Amazon wish list. I do. It's in my description of my videos. It should pop up on there. I don't know if it's on the lives, but on my regular videos, I do include the Amazon wish list. I put all kinds of stuff there and then I delete it. I'm like, I don't really need that. That's just crazy. I don't really need that. And then other times I'm like, oh, let me add that, let me add that, let me add that. It's just like window shopping virtually. I want it all. But yeah, Granny Prepper, yes. Composting toilet is a must. And then Kathy says, do the gel strips work? I don't know what gel strips. Damien, cheese and wine. Cheese and wine, while pepper jack is my favorite. Oh, you're probably starting the live stream from the beginning. Yeah, I was eating the cheese with my coffee. Crystal says, Allison from Travel Snacks made her own composting toilet with the 2 compartments. She really likes it for cheap. It was cheap to make. Yeah, I just have to figure out, because the height of a 5-gallon bucket is perfect, but it's gonna take too much of my floor space. And then I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to have to use huge trash bags. I rather use the small one because it's more cost effective. But then I'm like, okay, I need some kind of urine diverter thing, and I want a nice seat to sit on, and I don't know. I want something already done, but then I'm like, I don't want to pay that much because that's kind of pricey. And then can I make my own? And by the time I try all these different ways of making it, I'm like, all that money I spent, I should have just bought what was already made. And then just got it done and over with. Like, sometimes it's better to just bite the bullet and just pay for it once, and then that's it. The Trelino is the one I have decided on. They have a few taller ones too. Yeah, but for me, since I am in the minivan, I want something to go under my bed, and I think that one is one of their smaller or their shorter ones, which that would work fine for me. It's under a foot, like right under a foot tall. and that would slide right under my bed. And then at night I can pull it out and have it just easily accessible. I get up, I pee, and then I go back to bed. And then during the day, you know, you can just slide it under the bed, and that would work for me. They have the super taller ones that are not super taller, but the taller ones that are about like a 5-gallon bucket height. But like I said, that I think that's too high for my minivan. So I'd rather have something that I can just slide under my bed. Let's see. Gray man, I can't imagine having to always bend. Oh my God. Bend and squat, and hopefully you don't pee everywhere, and TMI, but drippage everywhere. Oh my God. It's too much. It's too much. And Kathy says, yes, us women have to go to the powder room a lot at night. Some us more than other. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I've been eyeballing a few different ones, and the most affordable that looks like it's gonna be nice and comfortable has been that Trelino one. I've been looking at that one too. And they have some really nice collapsible toilets. Yeah, they do, but I'm just like, okay, just kind of like making my bed like it's a, like for an RV, you have a dinette and then turn it into a bed at night, and then have to pop it up to a dinette again, and having to do that switch. I like things that are just fixed. I don't want to have to open them up and take them back down, open them up and take them back down. That's a pain in the butt for me. I just rather have it fixed, just like the toilet. I just rather have it fixed. The most thing that I want to do is just pull it out of my underbed and then push it back in. Like, that's as most as I want to do. Hot Pink Frogs, is Cora wanting to be a stay-at-home mom, or is she more career driven? She's kind of like me. We enjoyed being stay-at-home mamas. I enjoyed it 80-90% of the time. I enjoyed it, and the other 10-20%, yeah, we daydream. Well, you know, maybe I could have done this, maybe I could have done that. But for the most part, I think we're kind of on the same page, me and her. Like, we love being stay-at-home mamas. Like that, I loved it, and she seems like she likes to be a stay-at-home mama too. So she's not like really career driven. And then she has a lot of like the autoimmune issues, disorders, medical issues. So being constantly like on the go and hustling and career, that's even like it's more stress on her body. So I think that even gives her the push to be more of a stay-at-home mama. The taller one is a must for me. Yeah, like, I don't know. I debate that because the price, there's a big difference in the price to get the shorter one to the taller one. So about a foot to about a foot and a half, like that makes a huge difference. But then it's also like $200-300 difference. Crystal, let's see. I've been using the pads that absorb urine. I made specially for bedside toilets. Lavender or lemon scented. That, okay. So I think about like the price difference. Like, you purchase, like, let's say the Trelino one versus having to purchase like the trash bags that you change out daily, or like the additives that gel up the urine. Like, price wise, like, is it better to, in the long run, to just buy, like, for example, that Trelino toilet versus all the little additives that you have to put there? I don't know. Yeah, the taller one is $550, Yeah, and then I think it was like $3.50 for the shorter one. How is the safety in my area? Well, where I am, in the RV park, it's very quiet. Everybody just keeps to themselves. Nobody causes any trouble or anything. In this little area, it's really quiet, and we're like right outside the edge of Barstow. Like Barstow, on the other hand, I mean, it's like anywhere else. You have your nice areas, you have your bummy areas, but where I am, I'm like right outside the edge of actual Barstow, and it's really quiet here. I like it. And of course, I don't go causing any trouble. I don't butt in people's business. I just stay to myself most of the time, so like that helps too. Life update for me. My water broke yesterday. Ooh, your water heater broke. Dang, Damien, that sucks. That really sucks. So do you plan on getting one of the tankless water heaters or replacing it with another water heater tank? I think they're comparable in the prices to get like the actual water heater tank versus a tankless one. They're very comparable in price. And Crystal, I think you still have to use something in the composting toilet as well. Yeah, see, that's the thing, like paying $400 or $500, $600 for the compost toilet, and for me just to have like the emergency number two and the occasional number two, is it worth paying that? I don't know. That's why I still haven't bought it. I'm still debating, but that would be like one of my top contenders to do that. And I thought, okay, I just should just get a 5-gallon bucket and figure out my own urine diverter and all that. But I'm like, I like the look of the Churlino, and I like that they have the option of the shorter one that I can just put under my bed like that. That's kind of nice. I like that. But yeah, if you're gonna use it like an actual compost and have it for a few days, then yeah, you have to have some kind of something, um, some kind of shavings or the coconut core stuff or something. But personally, the way I would use it is just bag it up and throw it away after I'm done. I wouldn't do it for like a composting. I would just basically bag it up, tie it like doggy poo, like a diaper, and just toss it as soon as I could. But then my thing is mostly for urine. So those things are about a gallon or bigger, depends on the size, and I can pee all day or all night and not have to worry about um, containing, because that's plenty. That's plenty. And then I'll just the following day I'll just go empty it out wherever I happen to be and rinse it and plop it back in there. Let's see. Just 2 weeks ago, had my water heater fixed. Oof. See, it's like the less mechanical, like somehow it's just easier. There's less to deal with in a way. But then having those amenities are super awesome too at the same time. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I like you just flip this switch and you have lights. Open up your water and like nonstop running water. Like, that's awesome too. Granny, there's a couple of things that are a must: a twin bed and one of those toilets and a good sized refrigerator freezer. Well, good. I'm glad you like, yeah, you definitely have to know what is a must for you. The comfortable bed, as big kitchen as I can get it, the most reliable vehicle I can afford. Like, those are on my top priority list. And now now it's definitely, I'm looking into the toilets. That's going to be a big deal for sure. It's getting warm in here now. My goodness. But yeah, now I'm gonna add that to my list too of my priorities for sure. Kathy, dang, the diapers are looking like it's the way to go. Oh my goodness. You can design one and have your brother make one that fits. Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. I have seen where they do have like the, just basically you build a box that the top opens and you can insert your own little bin or whatever. You put a trash bag over it, and then you close the top, and then on top of the top you just screw your own little toilet seat and like that. Yeah, you can definitely do that. That's where I prefer the pads. You can use 2 times in a bag and then go throw it away easy peasy. Okay. Yeah, I've never tried that. I just typically either go in like some kind of jar container, or in some kind of little bucket trash can, and put line it with trash bags and just kind of tie and like toss it. That's typically what I have done. That's if I happen to need to use it in my van. Otherwise, I just go find a toilet somewhere. I'm usually in a city, so that's not a problem. Like there's toilets everywhere, but like in the middle of the night, if you have to pee, then obviously I'm not gonna get up and go search for anything. I'm just gonna use what I have in here. And Granny Prepper, those toilets will hold me. I think they're, what is, like 300 pounds, 300 something pounds that they can hold. So yeah, you won't have a problem. Not a problem at all. Yeah, I think that's next on my wish list for sure. It's on the wish list, but on my purchase, I want to purchase another shelf like I showed you guys, so I can have it like side by side. And on the other shelf, like on this shelf, I have on the top, I have my fridge and then the Bluetti. Well, on this shelf, if I end up getting another shelf, I will put like a microwave up here, and then just my kitchen, other kitchen gadgets like the coffee maker, the hot pot, and dishes and all that kind of stuff at the bottom, and then have my microwave at the top. Like I think that would be ideal for my kitchen. What power is your Bluetti, and what will it charge? Okay, so I have 2 Bluettis. I have a very small one that is about 600 watts, and then the big one that you guys saw is 2000 watts. And with that 2000 watts, I can run a microwave, I can run a hot pot, cooktop, I can run a lot. I can really run a lot of it. I can't remember what the surge, when you initially start your appliance, what the surge is for the Bluetti, but it's 2000 watts, which would pretty much run all the small appliances that you could ever like want to put in your van. It'll run the toaster. For me, the big thing is the microwave. I can cook my potatoes in about 10 minutes tops, and it'll run it, no problem. What else? Definitely the coffee maker, my Keurig. That one I think is like 1200 watts, and the 2000 watt Bluetti, no problem. It's only like a few minutes, so it doesn't drain it too much. It takes a lot of power to run it, but since it's just a few minutes of running it, it doesn't drain your battery very much. I would go cheap on the toilet or the fridge freezer. Um, I see a lot of people go with like regular mini fridge, like apartment size fridges that have the top fridge and freezer, but they're just like on the smaller end, like a regular house fridge. And they just add more solar to it so they can maintain that, because they prefer to do that versus like the chest style fridge freezers. But it just depends on like how much storage you want. um, do you want it opening like a regular fridge freezer? Do you want the chest style? mm, what size availability you have in your van? Like it's just going to depend on all that. um, are you going to be living in a good sized city, or you're going to be living in the middle of nowhere? Because that'll make a difference. You want to store more stuff and not have to go to the store every couple days versus like, go once a week or every 10 days to the store, stock up and have enough to hold you over for that long. So like all that matters. Oh, you won't go cheap on the refrigerator and toilet. Those are, yeah, yeah. I agree, because I've tried the cheap stuff and I just end up wasting money on all the cheap crap, trial and error, just because I'm cheap, and then I end up spending the money that it costs. So I spend double. So you might as well purchase the good stuff that you can afford from the get-go, for sure. I agree with that. Yeah, just like a one purchase and use it forever, and you don't have to worry about it, and that's it. Oops. Yeah, for sure. If you can afford to get the best, or like one of the best, definitely go and do that. But that's what I've been eyeballing, that toilet. And for me, I think the 23 quart is big enough for me. Like like I mentioned, I usually stay in the cities and I don't mind going to the store every 2-3 days. Like that's fine for me. But my next thing would be definitely a good affordable composting toilet, and then eventually mm, getting another shelf, and then doing like I mentioned um, with my microwave and like more kitchen gadgets that I can store in those shelves, and then the storage goes up versus out, so it gives me more floor space at the same time. And granny prepper, I'm okay with spending more on food items. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, especially if you're not really going to be paying for rent. Like you can afford to eat good and, eat the best possible and enjoy yourself, for sure. But yeah, I just have to put my solar at the top. I want two panels side by side, and they'll stick out maybe 2-ish inches on each side of my van. I'm okay with that, no problem. But I just have to get my brother to install them up there. But like, I mentioned I'm living in an RV park, so it's not a something that is a necessity. Like right away I can just use an extension cord and charge my stuff right now, so it's not like a necessity at the moment. But when I start going more on road trips or decide to go for an extended amount of time in my van, I will definitely have to put my solar up there so I can recharge my stuff without having any issues. Yeah, definitely on food, Granny Prepper, for sure. Yeah, get as good food as you can and enjoy it. And for me, it's like buying my coffee and buying my food, my fruits, veggies. I want to have a ton of fruits and veggies because I love them. I love them. And unfortunately, they get kind of pricey for fruits and vegetables. Like, but shoot, I'd rather pay rent. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, if you guys are curious, I do have the Amazon wish list, a bunch of information and a bunch of my stuff, like Amazon links to A bunch of the things that I've tried and that I love and that I've enjoyed and I shared in videos, like all that is typically in my description, you guys. But yeah, anyhow, I am going to end the live, you guys. I really appreciate you guys being here and commenting and giving me the thumbs up and talking to me, listening to me ramble on. Thank you so much for being here on this beautiful Sunday. Hopefully it's a sunny, beautiful Sunday where you're at. It is here, although it's like a chilly breeze right now, but hey, that's what sweaters are made for. But thank you guys for stopping by, saying hi, commenting, sharing your beautiful Sunday with me. Bye, you guys. Yeah, have an awesome Sunday, everyone. Yes, definitely. Take care. Bye, y'all.